InnerG. We are an arts collective in Stockton, California. It's spelled INNERG. We operate functionally as a cooperative, which means that we all have a say in what happens regarding any kind of major decisions that need to be made. We weigh the impact, we weigh the pros and cons, and we do it collaboratively. We move and act together as a team. So that's just like a quick introduction. Myself, I'm an artist, musician, and tarot reader, and today I wanted to bring to you a collective message. All of you locally, or who knows, nationally, globally, who may be connected to this psychic structure, this particular pathway in the ethers that might be going along the same lines that we are. One of our dreams, and I will share it with you, is to establish an eco-village. So that's a type of cooperative residential semi-agricultural kind of oftentimes kind of agricultural arrangement that is self-sustaining, environmentally conscious, and so that's sort of something that we would like to see established. We also have the dream to have one day a healing center. Every member of InnerG is some sort of an artist, thinker, activist, and healer. So we all practice some form of divination or way of connecting with spirit, our own spirit, and the greater spirit of the creator that flows through everything in this universe. So all things are one. We're open to all faiths. We're oftentimes, we're pretty universalist and stuff. We allow for all kinds of different people. We're all inclusive, even even if any one of us has some sort of a prejudice or something that they're not understanding, we're all open to understanding and to showing compassion always, no matter what. So with that said, hi, I'm Amada with InnerG. I also go by Alia De Astra here on YouTube and on other social media platforms. You can find our team on Instagram at InnerG, INNERG.cooperative, COOPERATIV. I'll put that in the description. So that's just a brief introduction of us. We are together here called to fulfill our mission. So today is July 31st. It is evening time here on the west coast of the United States of California, or America in California. And August is starting. We're going to be approaching the Lionsgate. That's one of my favorite times of the year. I kind of wanted to bring us a message for this year's Lionsgate. And when you start getting more in depth with your learning about existence and reality and stuff, you start to realize that time is more of an illusion and stuff. And you can take that from philosophy, you could take that from physics, you can take that from spirituality. Any kind of spiritual teaching will eventually kind of get to this place where it's like, where it really seems like time is an illusion. And so this is that's the timing that I'm really wanting to consciously put my intention towards. However, some of you might come across this like years from now, or maybe you're watching it and you're having a deja vu moment, or maybe it's not even close to Lionsgate on your calendar in the time that you're seeing this, but you're connecting now to the awareness of this energy that's coming in. With that said, let's first draw in some cleansing breaths together and clear our energy. All right. and to create a space of safety, energetic, psychic, spiritual safety here. All right, so we're going to take a deep breath in from the tips of your toes, from the bottoms of your feet, all the way up into your heart, holding the breath there and feeling your heart glowing with every heartbeat, and then breathing out. On this next breath, we're going to become aware of our connection to the earth. Visualize the planet Earth as a sphere. Hold that in your consciousness. It's just a visualization. And then that there is a glowing light at the core of the planet. So, on our next breath in, we're going to visualize that light from the core of the planet coming up through every layer of this sphere of Earth, coming through the ground, reaching through your feet, up your legs, up your spine, connecting in the heart, and going all the way to the crown. When you hold that breath, the light there is intensifying. And then when you exhale, blockages coming out. On your next breath in, visualize whatever you could imagine the center of the cosmos would be. A point of light, so bright, it's still burning. The moment of creation, before, just as we went into expansion. Picture it in your mind and draw the breath in. Visualize its light coming down into you, and all of the particles in the air around you drawing in and being converted into light. Feel it collecting in your body, in your heart. And as you hold that breath, the light flowing through your body and expanding past your skin. And then when you breathe out, any last blockages in your field, in your mind, in your system are being released, and you may proceed to breathe deeply, naturally. Hey, we are now connected through the heart with the planet and with all of creation, as we always are. But now we're tapped in with our intention and with our focus. So let's draw some cards. I'm going to shuffle it 3 more times. I picked just one little moon message for the next few days going towards this Lion's Gate on Tuesday. I'm so excited. And I think one more, because I lost count. In this space, we are protected. We are under the protection of God, Source, the universe, Creator, Spirit. We are under the protection of our highest selves. And, okay. All right, I think that I'm drawing 2 cards from here. This one spoke to me. And the top and the bottom. Okay. Inviting in, just to continue before we proceed. To continue before we continue. Inviting in any other kind of guides to preside here and communicate with us. our star teams, maybe some cool ancestors, maybe some passed over people who want to commune with us and speak through my voice. Meow. Maybe our interdimensional aspects, multidimensional aspects, our higher selves. Angels. I like to call on Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael for messages of healing, for protection, for clear communication. All right. So take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. To disseminate is to spread. So when we are drawing cards in tarot or with oracle cards or any kind of cards, and we're using it for divination, the formation or the sequence is called a spread. Disseminating comes from the word semia, the seed. So we are spreading seeds with this moon energy. The moon is your intuition, your instincts, your emotions. It's mystery. Sometimes it's illusionment. Sometimes it's paranoia and fear. But we are not spreading seeds of fear here. We are spreading seeds of empowerment, of potentialities, possibilities, of wholeness from within. The moon is always whole no matter what phase that you see her, right? She is always a whole being. Take time to breathe out. Exhaling is how the body rids itself of exhaust. So stale air and energies and impurities can be expunged with your exhalation. Take time on your out breaths. Make sure that they are deep as the in breath, maybe even deeper. A friend of mine told me that with just breath work and learning how to exhale fully, that it can actually, and I have yet to check out these claims and stuff, so these are just some things that some person on the internet is telling you that her friend said, but he's very knowledgeable about a wide range of things, that it can even help with like things like weight loss, because it's literally just like expelling extra stuff from the body that is microscopic. You can't even see it. It's just coming out of your cells, through your breath. Okay. And the supermoon, emotions are running high. It is from the fullness of my heart that I am coming here to share this space, this time, these insights, these messages with you. And there have been a lot of emotions, right? We kind of tend to go through cycles. And with the Leo season upon us, that's a sign that's associated with the heart chakra and the solar plexus. This is confidence. This is love and compassion. And we're getting closer to the full moon as well. So as the moon is coming into her fullness, it kind of intensifies all emotions. And the more and more sensitive you become to energies of your own self and of others and the planet and the collective, the more intensely you feel that swelling. If you're not used to it yet, those out breaths will help. Those in breaths, those out breaths, and connecting to the planet, grounding yourself, having a good meal, doing some chores, taking a walk in nature, making sure we're hydrated. They all help in that process, taking time for your mental state. We're going to read from the book, because as I said, I'm still learning this deck, and I'd like to share it with you. I like to share knowledge. So let's go in to the table of contents and check it out. Disseminating Moon, page 34. So this is like a waning moon. The intensity of the full moon has abated, and what are we left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked, and it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experiences rather than blindly forging ahead. Have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way things are now, and give yourself and others time out to relax. Breathe. We can't be on all the time. If you feel you've hit an obstacle or even failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes in cycles. I am where I am, and it's okay. It could be additional meanings for the card are you should know where you stand either now or very soon. You need to take some time out for your own good. It's time for you to share your wisdom and experience with someone else. Avoid falling into a slump. And the teaching. The disseminating moon is the first moon phase after the explosion of energy that comes with the full moon. No matter when you pick this card, it suggests you're at a more tranquil point in the life cycle of whatever situation you're asking about. This is not the ideal time to start something new. The disseminating moon is the time to breathe out. Give yourself some time off and think about what has passed. That's very interesting. And then the supermoon. I'm just checking for bugs. Supermoon, supermoon, supermoon. 110. Emotions are running high. This card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking is writ large like the silvery full moon set against the velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or a relationship, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. Attuned to the moon, success is close. I just must trust. Additional meanings for this card. A resolution to your question is closer than you may think. Don't ignore the obvious. Something exciting lies ahead. Make sure you don't blow events out of proportion. Speak to the goddess. Ask her for assistance. Your divine feminine, maybe. Your inner feminine. As the teaching. A supermoon is a new or full moon that takes place when the moon is at its closest point to the Earth during its monthly orbit. An event known as perigee. If it's a full moon, the moon appears around 14% bigger at this time. The moon is known as the queen of emotions, and if you draw the supermoon card, regardless of when you do this, you can expect your feelings to be more highly charged. Yeah. Yep. So if you're getting carried away with the worrying and the stressing and the lamenting and the foreboding and all of those things, cut it out. I'm just kidding. Just relax. Sometimes just know that it's a time as we're reaching conclusions, as we're coming to apex points, or, uh, you know, the lulls. It's okay to feel whatever you're feeling. and to relax into it. Just surrender into it. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to judge it. All you have to do is to feel it. And be aware that good things are on their way for you. That it's going to get better. That it's going to change. It's all a part of a beautiful cycle. I'm going to shuffle this deck. 6, 7 times. Okay, some cards wanted to come out, but I'm going to just... We'll see if they come out. I think 6 times. This is the Beyond Lemuria deck. And messages for our highest good. And I did lose count, so I'm going to do one more spirit, please. Thank you. If we're on 6, it's extra blessed, and if we are on 7, that's an extra one from heaven. Hooray. I'm going to go with this one because it's at the top. And I think I'll do the same. I'll draw another one from the bottom. And a random card from the middle. That sounds good to me. And I'm just curious. I just like to look. Okay. Okay. The first card we have is Transformation. Transformation. Go inwards and be present with wherever you are at in your process. Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Bring them into a cocoon of gentle self-love and reflection. Insights will come, shadows can be released, and your heart space will soften. Cry or be angry if this is what you are holding on to, and laugh at the ironic, divine perfection of it all. Journey beyond your constructed outer self where you can delve into the beautiful abyss of your being. Revel in the twilight before the dawn and let your wings unfurl. This one is called Realm Bridger. As you raise your vibration and explore different states of consciousness, you may experience phenomena you believed only happen in fantasy stories. Through meditation and journeying, we invite a greater awareness of subtle realities. These realms can be amazing places to bring through pioneering ideas and creativity. This card is about bridging the seen and unseen. Just as water changes from solid to gas to liquid, we can catch the intangible in other forms. Metaphors, codes, or even maths can form the path of the visionary. From the mind and the heart, visions can merge into matter. Dream outside the box. It's time to create the foundations of our realities in a fresh, new way. And the violet flame. Beep. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'll check it out later. Hopefully you can. As we deepen our spiritual path, step out of illusory constructs, and become empowered beings, life presents more opportunities to grow than before. Your sensitivity will be heightening, so it may be harder to spend time in places with certain energies. Do you have a range of accessible go-to practices for recentering, cleansing your aura, and protecting your energy field? A routine for psychic fitness will keep your aura strong and resilient, your energy sovereign, and your vibration high, and help you to see through illusions that block or disorient. Bring the violet flame into your meditation and self-care practices for graceful rebalance. Very cool. Kind of touching on what we were just speaking about with the previous oracle messages, with, transformations being underway, cycles coming, emotions being heightened, and sensitivity being increased. Taking time to feel what we're feeling and to understand and hold space for ourselves. Very beautiful messages. If you don't know about these kinds of energetic self-care practices, it is my intention to be sharing this information more broadly on this channel. And I mean, it's kind of what InnerG does. Like, locally, we talk about this stuff all the time within our community. We bring it to our open mic events, we bring it to our community events, to anything that we're doing. We put spirit in the limelight and share methods to calibrate, center, and to do protection and cleansing. So with that said, let's get into some messages about. There's this 5-card spread that I really enjoy doing, that was shared with me by a friend. So it always starts off with the querent, the person asking, drawing the cards. And then the crux of the matter is the second card. And then the third card is what you don't know, or what spirit wants you to know or be aware of. And then advice on how to move through the situation, how to deal with the thing, and then the likeliest outcome. The likely outcome. And I also draw shadow cards and stuff. I don't typically keep my cards with reversals in them, but I do like to acknowledge them when they occur, because I feel like keeping my decks upright, the reversals are extra emphasized, and I read like, okay, so I'm just like over explaining a little bit much, but maybe some of you guys had questions about reversals in tarot readings and stuff. So sometimes a reversal can represent like blocked energy, or it's an energy that's in progress that we're like coming into, but it's still not fully realized yet and stuff. So, and then even if a card comes up upright, sometimes I can read that as a reversal energy too. So a reader might read a reverse card as an upright situation, or vice versa and stuff. It all depends on the energy that's coming through the reading and stuff. So if you're learning tarot, or it has rules sort of, but they're more like guidelines. Okay, 4 more shuffles. And what do we need to be? What are we doing here? What do we need to be aware of moving towards this Lion's Gate? How can we best harness this beautiful Lion's Gate energy? Let's look at it. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. And I think this is the last one. I'll do one more just to be fancy. Thank you, Spirit. Underneath the deck, the shadow energy, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, Cemeterian. First card, King of Pentacles. So the energy is about being on top of the game. Yes, it's abundance, it's logic, it is kind of leading from, having an observational point of view, but not having to directly control things, having a system in place that is kind of working in your favor already and stuff. That's how I like to read the King of Pentacles a lot of times and stuff. He put in the hard work, obviously. He's a Pentacles guy. He likes to get in there and do stuff, right? But he also likes to be kind of lavish and luxurious too. So if he doesn't need to put in the extra effort, he's not going to. And if he's not seeing a benefit from a situation, he's not going to continue it. And so it's about being knowledgeable about the worth of your presence, of of your insights, of your knowledge, of your skills and expertise, and relying on that. And yeah. Hmm. The crux of the matter is wonderful. Okay. Queen of Pentacles in this deck. Flora, good time. So this is beautiful, balanced masculine and feminine energy in a feminine element of earth. So I see that, well, man. So these are also people that are actually like walking around and breathing and moving and talking to people in the Bay Area, or maybe they've moved or gone elsewhere, but they like these are actual people that these cards are modeled after, drawn after. And so for the let's continue. I'm really excited to see where the rest of this reading is going. So far so good. We've got nice balanced energy. What you don't know, or what Spirit wants you to be aware of, is the Five of Pentacles. Alright, can be seen as a struggle card, but I also like to acknowledge it as struggles, like moving through the struggle, but also getting through the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we're in a time where things are not easy, or we may be feeling drained or burdened or not well in some way, right? But we're also, while we're in that space, we're still moving through time and space. So we're moving through it. We're getting through it. Okay. And the advice is the Devil card. Donnie Mirasu. The Devil card about constriction, restriction, choices, addiction, discipline, structure, being mindful of the use of our time. The Devil being ruled by Capricorn, who's ruled by Saturn, the god of time. And that guy ate all of his kids. Okay? Ah! I was just thinking of this guy. These two. Alright. So actually I know a couple of the people in this deck too. It's funny. King of Wands is the outcome. Okay? So here's what I'm getting. Is that, yes, we are in this space where we are more cognizant, conscious about our worth, about our gifts, about our bounty. So we've been, we're in a good place, like in a lot of ways and stuff. Maybe your bank account's empty or overdrawn and stuff, but that it's not going to stay that way. That it's just a temporary thing. Your worth is not dependent on like these arbitrary numbers and the you know um and you're balancing your masculine and feminine energies. You're getting through this time of struggle, and it's going to take a lot of discipline and hard work, but at the end of it you're going to have King of Wands energy. You're going to have even more recognition for your strengths. And a lot of readers like to say about the Wands court cards is that the King and the Queen of Wands are self-made. They were not born into wealth. They weren't born with that status. They earned it through their actions, through hard work. Wands energy is fire element, and it's about action. It's about passion. It's about inspiration. And yeah, so with that energy, King of Wands also is like loyal, right? He's dependable. He's reliable. He's not impulsive like the Page or the Knight would be. He uses his hot-headedness to drive him forward towards whatever he sets his mind to. So we're going to draw a little bit of clarifiers for the Five of Pentacles. I guess we could do it for all of them, but I don't really feel like we have a need to do it for all of them. I'll simply read the explanations from the booklet. It gives a little bit about the figures on the cards, and then I'll draw clarifiers for Five of Pentacles, the Devil, and the King of Wands. So, here we go. King of Pentacles. Oh, yeah, and the Knight, too, while we're at it. So the Knight, the underlying energy, Knight of Pentacles, is about not needing to move super quickly. You know, we can stay grounded. We can, we're reliable, we're dependable. We've got the Pentacles, you know, we've got that down. We put in some work. We're sharing our gifts. We're communicating, you know, with others. Okay, so the Knight. 20 cemeterian, 26 years a gravedigger, and 20 years a union officer, cemetery workers and greens attendance, Union Local 265, as secretary and treasurer. Though retired now, he still helps with negotiations and investigations. 16 years, an avid lover of vinyl records, a photographer in his free time. Look up lousy photographer on IG. Alright, that's about this figure here. This is a hard-working knight that is very organized and attentive to details. Despite the work sometimes being repetitive or not fun, he gets shit done. Even if you're tired or feel like quitting, your hard work and method of completing your tasks and obligations is working. Stick to it! In order to achieve your goals, you need to accept responsibilities with a grain of salt. When reversed, this card suggests you finding yourself afraid of changes or new experiences. If this is the case, it's time to try something different and get yourself out of this funk. Yes, so if you're in this kind of Five of Pentacles energy right now, that's okay to feel your feelings, right? But don't be afraid to try something new, you know, to put yourself out there and to get excited about new ideas, new situations, okay? Especially if you've been through something that was kind of felt like it kind of put you off to doing new things and stuff. Don't let it keep you in that energy, you know, just keep moving forward and stuff. Slow and steady wins the race. Knight of Pentacles is, you know, on his way. Okay. King of Pentacles. Michael Frandanelli. Michael is the founder of Wild Dogs Productions, a San Francisco Bay Area indie film production company. Genres include action, crimes, comedy, drama, horror, sci-fi, western, war, animation, thriller, romance, or a combination of any of these. This king is a leader that brings results in abundance with his self-discipline. This level of effort can come across as motivated by an obsession with status or wealth. The truth is, there's nothing wrong with being more savvy with your money and resources, because these are the things that you'll need for life. And so, yes, that's what I'm saying. You're understanding about you already understand about your worth, about what you can call for, what you can ask for, what you deserve in return for whatever you're already contributing to society or to whatever organization or place that you're in, you know, or even just what you're giving spiritually to spirit, to the earth, to others, you know what it is. Okay. The crux of the matter. Queen of Pentacles, Flora Goodtime. Flora is an event producer, personal assistant, and overall badass who in 2002 joined the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence Incorporated, a charity, protest, and street performance organization made of queer and trans nuns. This started on Easter Sunday of 1979 in the Castro, but now has international chapters calling attention to the forces of bigotry while satirizing issues of gender and morality. This queen is the ultimate nurturing working mother. She carries financial and domestic responsibilities out of love for her family. You also make sure that the ones you love are supported and cared for. You're able to balance these aspects of your life by making time to care for yourself as well. You're also down to earth and can calmly and practically fix a problem with ease. The Through hard work, you're able to generate enough security in order to share your wealth and abundance with your family and invest in them, because they are the people that make you happy. That's what I just was talking about. Isn't that great? All right? Taking time for self-care, taking time to breathe out and in for ourselves, because it's not just for us. We got people, man. Whether it's your friends, whether it's your community, whether it's like, roommates or your kids. We all got people that we like kind of, you know, we got to show up for. We got to be there for. Five of Pentacles. There's so much earth energy in this reading. It's insane. Five of Pentacles, Maka and Lulu. Originally from the former Soviet of Georgia, Maka now resides in the charming town of Campbell. That's near San Jose. I don't know if you guys know. She is the curator, shopkeeper, and blogger of Violet Girl Vintage. Again with the violet energy. Though she would be loath to admit it, she's a talented writer and painter as well. Accompanying Maka is her daughter Lulu, who at the tender age of 16 is already poised to conquer the art world. You've come across some harsh times and lost things that were important to you, but don't worry, this is all temporary. It would be nice if someone would come along and fix what makes you ache, but sadly you can't count on that wish alone. Feeling left in the cold? That's fair, but don't despair for too long, or else you could miss your opportunity to receive help. Are you hesitant to reach out for support? Just do it anyways. You need to be proactive to resolve things. Don't focus on what you lack. Count your blessings instead. With this mindset, they will accumulate and you will find yourself in warmth once more. Yes, being proactive, making it through, and giving it your all. Okay. I think with that said, too, I'm just going to draw cards on the Devil. The Devil, Donnie Mitasu. Starting in 1989, Donnie is now a multiple award-winning trans king, one of the only trans men in burlesque, a DJ, speaker, and masquerade director for Baycon. Well, with the wings of a vampire bat and a hypnotic stare, the Devil is a master of the shadow self, restriction, addiction, and sexuality. A likely scapegoat for evil, but who says nothing good can come out of being bad? Don't be limited by a narrow view of virtue. Explore what that means for you. So that's not how I always read the Devil, but sometimes that is kind of the energy that's called for and stuff. You might be entering your villain phase in some respects, especially if you're having to be more firm about your boundaries and your energy and your time and things like that. But as I said before, the Devil card is also a card about discipline and structure and being mindful of our time, being mindful about the choices that we're making. Are these choices that are going to keep us stuck in a pattern that is harmful to us in some way, or not getting us to where we want to go, or am I making choices that are, that are leading to me towards more freedom for myself and better things for everyone, yeah. So those are all things, to keep aware of. It's other card that's connected to it is the Lover's card. And both cards talk about choices and about balance. So sometimes we feel like we're doing something nice for ourselves when we go out and party and indulge in excess, right? But ultimately it's not, because then we've lost it like the next morning, right? Because we're like hungover or something, or we're tired because we missed out on a lot of sleep, right? Or like overeating or like eating junk food or something. That's kind of devil energy too. Indulging sometimes can be good because we're like feeding that shadow self, right? And we're also like we can take away shame from ourselves and from others too by removing that shame from ourselves for following those little indulgences that we want to do. But like, you just got to be careful, just got to be aware, you just got to be mindful about the effects that it's going to have for yourself. And from there, make that informed decision and stuff. Make it with love for yourself, you know. But also don't be lying to yourself about it. You know, be real. Be real. Is it gonna be good for you to like chug a bottle of wine? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe there's pluses and minuses. Hmm? I like wine. Okay, that's why I said that. Okay. King of Wands. King of Wands, Otto Walker. Otto is a bashful humorist from San Jose with a tendency to be loud and loquacious. You're sure to remember him from the first time you meet. The outcome card, you are a leader with a vision and are ready to direct your enthusiastic supporters in order to execute it. When reversed, this card suggests that you might not be ready for that responsibility, so don't be afraid to pass the mic to a trusted peer. Your intent and long-term view of your goals are so clear that you don't waste your energy on things that go nowhere. It is also important to not bother setting unrealistic goals that are simply out of your reach, which can come across as arrogant. Making a long-lasting impact takes strategic planning and leadership. You truly have the power to do anything if you are fully committed to it. So I told you all of our intentions as a team, right? I'm sharing that with you because you might be a person that's also been called to collaborate with others, to connect with others, and to bring your dreams into reality, no matter how crazy or huge that they might seem, right? Whether that, whatever, I feel like that's kind of what we're here to do and stuff. If it feels like they're unrealistic, just start breaking it down into smaller steps, smaller and smaller steps, and focus on what you can do incrementally. That's kind of what the Knight of Pentacles is about too. Is what can you do incrementally, a little bit every day, right? Okay, so with that, I feel like we don't really need to draw clarifiers, but let's draw a little bit of clarifiers for the advice for the devil, of this devil energy in this reading. Shuffling 5 times. And one more. This time I didn't lose count. Perfect. 5. Ha! 5 of Cups. The advice is to let go of your grief, of your pain. Stop lamenting about the past and being caught up in your dissatisfaction with the present. You're going to have to eventually let it go. 6 of Swords. You're getting through that difficult time, and it's going to involve changing your thoughts or being more aware of your thoughts so that you can focus on the ones that are going to move you forward. What do you want to be driving you? What is your motivation? Is it simply to get away, or what are you trying to move towards? 6 is about balance, relationships in a way, service. So what thoughts are serving you? And what thoughts can you just let go of? The Page of Cups. Let yourself be innocent. Don't let yourself get jaded by whatever's happened. Don't let it muck up your view, your perceptions and stuff, because if you let yourself stay in a low vibe, or an upset state, that can really shift your perceptions and skew things in a more negative or sad or gloomy kind of way and stuff, So letting yourself be in a more innocent, playful space, giving yourself and others forgiveness. So I think kind of too, the Devil card is about releasing the restrictions for yourself and others in that way. Letting go of the grief. And Empress. Realizing your divinity. Embracing and embodying your sovereignty. again, more beautiful earth energy through Venus, right? And under the Five of Cups, we had the Fool. We've got Justice. We've got Queen of Swords, you know, like, oh God, what else have we got here? Three of Cups, Ace of Cups, like, we've got good shit coming in. After the Empress, we've got the Magician, so you really have everything that you need. The Empress knows she's abundant. She knows what she's about. She knows she's strong. You know, she probably wouldn't have to, but, like, she could, like, blow everything to pieces if she needed to or wanted to. She doesn't have to. She moves with grace. She moves with strength. And she is just oozing with creativity and inspiration and the best ideas, right? Her mind is fertile ground. Everything she touches grows. So that's the energy that you're wanting to be in, that you should be going for. And should, you know, I try not to throw that word around too much and stuff, but that's kind of what we're reaching for, all right? And you have it in you. It's there. It's just about clearing your perceptions, letting go of the past, letting go of the pain, hurt, conflicts. 8 shuffles for King of Wands. We're on 3. 4, I think. 5. 6. 7. And one more for the King of Wands. 8. Outcome here. Ace of Swords. New beginnings. Fresh, clear mental state. Every moment is the opportunity to start again. Every single moment. You are in charge. This regal authority on this sword right here. See? When you're keeping your energy clear, when you're using these practices of activation and cleansing and raising your vibration and grounding and all of that stuff and being grateful and appreciative and showing compassion towards yourself and others, and practicing communicating and demonstrating integrity, like, it really keeps you in a state of being new all the time. I'm constantly unfolding. And even if, you know, in a way you kind of always have been that way, right? But you're more embodying that awareness. And that's kind of what keeps you at the top of your game and stuff, even when you're trying something new and you're not fully confident or fully sure in what's going on and stuff. You can understand that you're in the present, at least, and you can move with your own authority in that moment. You can say whatever you're called to say, you can do whatever you're called to do, and you have every right to do it as long as it's not with intention to harm anyone. And it might be a learning moment, or it might be a teaching moment, or it's probably both. King of Cups, more beautiful king energy. We've had the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the King of Cups. Balance our emotions and our intuition, our inspiration with our practical side. That one's been coming out for me a lot. You know, not getting lost in our emotional depths and stuff. Like, we understand the gifts and the things that can come out of that, but at the same time, we're not, like, drowning, you know? Sometimes, yeah, we're not covering up our feelings. Sometimes the King of Cups can be somebody that's covering up their feelings and stuff, But in this reading, they're not covering up their feelings and stuff. They're just not letting the feelings control them, but using them as a guide for where the king needs to put his energy and his focus. What it signifies what's important to you, whatever you feel anything about. It's like something, it's tied to something that's important to you. King of Cups, Two of Cups, connection, greater connection from within, greater connection with spirit, connection with others, friends, possibly a love connection, because we're connecting with life. And then the Wheel of Fortune, luck, expansion, Jupiter, learning, like I was just saying. It's connected to the fixed signs, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo and stuff. So the fixed energy is kind of like what's done is done. The, yeah. Aquarius has the collective energy, the love of community, of friends, huge social circles, right? Technology, economics. Taurus is the material world, art, luxury, finances, food, values. Scorpio is transformation, ego death, dark night of the soul, the eighth house energies, of secrets and inheritances and things like that, obsessions, intuition. And Leo, again, being about strength and confidence and about the heart energy, divine love energy. Yeah. So those signs can be kind of absolutist and extreme in a lot of ways, but at the same time, like, they are, and they're fixed signs, like I was saying and stuff. But with the Wheel of Fortune, it spins, and it's already going to spin, and you can't stop it from spinning. What you can have influence over is like what you're going to get out of that spin. You're going to get trampled eventually, and you're going to get raised up and elevated eventually, but like the quality of what is brought to you on the wheel is going to be dependent on like what kind of actions and that you've been putting in to it. See what I'm saying? So you're going to be drawn, if keeping your energy clear, your mind clear, and freeing yourself from the negativity of the past or whatever sadness, it doesn't have to be like negativity and stuff, but freeing yourself from heavier things, not denying them or suppressing them or, like disavowing them, but just like letting them process and release. Like, it's going to lead you towards greater power and sovereignty over what you're going to get brought to you on the wheel. You're going to be, yes, shown more opportunities for learning, more beautiful, random, divine synchronicities and encounters with like-minded people. And yeah, it's going to be an amazing time. So, 10 of Cups too, there you go. And wish fulfillment, awesome emotional fulfillment. Hangman energy, changing our perspectives, Let me just see here. I hope that, let me just check this. I'm going to pause it. Are we still recording? Good. We're still recording and stuff. I'm going to cut that out later. But, yeah. Let me see here. Okay. final words. I'm not really feeling the need to go into the book for these and stuff. If you guys are interested in this deck, I'm not sure exactly where to get it, but you can follow at Spanish for Ocean on Instagram. It's a really great deck. I've been enjoying the hell out of it. I feel like I'm pretty much done collecting messages. I came here with the intention to do this. It's something that I've been meaning to do. I like coming to this place to collect myself, to get in touch with myself, to get out of my head, and to commune with the trees out here because I like them and they like me. So it's kind of like a reunion in some ways. So thanks for being a part of that with me. Thanks for sharing this space. Thanks for being open to these messages. Thanks for being yourself. And I hope that you guys can take these messages and practice more and deeper and greater, always ever expanding self-love and love for your people, and being open to whatever spirit or the divine or the universe is bringing your way. It's good things, and you're going to need to be disciplined, and you're going to need to be mindful of how you're using your time and how you're and even thoughts that you're thinking in your head. Stuff we can't always control them, right? But we can control what we're paying attention to in our thoughts, what we're feeding in our thoughts. Full spectrum. Step out of the black and white mentality of good and bad. Honor the full spectrum of life and see through fresh eyes. When we judge something, we create a story around it, and often these stories are limiting. Over a lifetime, we subconsciously gather so many of these stories. Create a space of no story for miraculous healing and crystallizing new paths. This space empowers us to know our truth and be all we are. Embrace creation in all her colors, including the raw, muddy, earthbound shadow parts of a situation, to determine whether your stories are limiting your perspective. Let the compost of the challenges you have overcome feed new shoots and blossoms. And I think that sums up the reading rather well. Thanks again for joining me. I'm going to be shutting this down in just a second.